Imagine selling everything you own, your home, your car, your jewelry, just to build a hospital. Not just any hospital, but a maternity hospital in a place the world barely acknowledges, Somaliland. This is the true story of Edna Adan Ismail. She watched mothers and babies die needlessly and decided she had to act. At 65, when most retire, Edna began her boldest project yet. She'd already been a pioneering nurse, a diplomat, and first lady, but she saw her homeland suffering and felt a duty to help. Edna envisioned a place where women could give birth safely, where babies would survive, and where new healthcare workers could be trained. She invested her life savings not for comfort, but for her people. The hospital would be more than bricks and mortar. It would fight harmful traditions like female genital mutilation, which Edna herself endured. She saw faces behind the grim statistics and vowed to change their fate. The world ignored her country, but it couldn't ignore her actions. The Edna Adan Hospital became a symbol of defiance and hope. Edna didn't wait for international aid or recognition. She simply started building. One woman, one vision, and a future built one brick and one baby at a time. To grasp Edna's achievement, you must understand Somaliland, a country that exists in reality, but not on the world map. After the Somali Civil War, Somaliland declared independence in 1991, building peace and democracy on its own. It has its own government, currency, and army, yet no country officially recognizes it. This lack of recognition means no access to global loans or major development aid. Somaliland survives on ingenuity and diaspora remittances. Its capital, Hargeisa, was devastated by war. No hospitals, no clean water, no electricity. Maternal mortality was among the world's highest. This was the Somaliland Edna returned to, a land forgotten by the world. Her hospital wasn't just about healthcare, it was an act of nation-building. She provided what her unrecognized state could not. The hospital became a symbol of Somaliland's resilience and self-reliance. It declared, "We are here, and we will care for our own." Edna's journey began in her childhood. Her father, a doctor, believed in education for all his children, including his daughters. At 8, Edna endured female genital mutilation, a trauma that fueled her lifelong fight against it. With her father's support, she became the first Somali girl to win a scholarship to the UK, training as a nurse and midwife. She returned home as the first qualified Somali nurse midwife, determined to improve healthcare and fight FGM. As First Lady, she advocated for women's health, but her heart remained with mothers and newborns. Her promise, to build a place of healing for her people. Even after a distinguished global career, her dream of a hospital never faded. Edna's life shows how personal pain can become a powerful public purpose. In 2002, at 65, Edna retired from the WHO with a comfortable pension. She could have chosen an easy life, but instead, she saw her homeland's desperate need. She cashed in her pension, sold everything, and decided to build a maternity hospital in Hargeisa. The government gave her a plot of land, a garbage dump. Where others saw trash, Edna saw a future. She cleared the land herself and drew up the hospital plans. This would be a teaching hospital, not just a clinic. Friends thought she was crazy, risking everything for an impossible dream. But Edna believed in her people and her mission. Her sacrifice was an act of love for her country. She was building with faith, not just money. Her commitment inspired a nation. Turning a garbage dump into a hospital was a monumental challenge. Edna became construction manager, fundraiser, and motivator. She oversaw every detail, stretching every dollar. Locals called her the crazy woman on the dump, until the hospital began to rise. Funding was a constant struggle. Her savings weren't enough. She traveled the world, sharing her vision and seeking support. Many doubted her, but her passion won over donors and the diaspora. Importing equipment was a logistical nightmare, but Edna persisted. She refused to settle for a small clinic. Somaliland needed a teaching hospital. Her perseverance paid off. In March 2002, the Edna Adan Hospital opened its doors. It stood as a gleaming symbol of hope and grit. One woman's relentless effort changed everything. The Edna Adan Hospital transformed Somaliland's healthcare. For the first time, women had a safe place to give birth. Modern facilities, operating theaters, labs, a blood bank were now available. Maternal mortality at the hospital dropped dramatically, rivaling developed nations. But Edna's vision went further. The hospital was a teaching center. She trained nurses, midwives, lab techs, and pharmacists. Over 1,000 professionals now serve across Somaliland. This ripple effect of expertise is Edna's living legacy. The hospital also became a platform to fight FGM. Every patient learned about its dangers. The hospital never performed the procedure. By educating health workers, Edna is changing cultural attitudes from within. The impact is seen in thousands of lives saved, over 25,000 babies delivered, countless mothers saved. The hospital is a source of national pride. It proves that high-quality healthcare is a right, not a privilege. Edna made that right real for her people. The world may not recognize Somaliland, but it recognizes Edna Adan Ismail. She's won global awards, including the Templeton Prize, and inspired millions. Her story shines a spotlight on Somaliland's resilience and hope. Edna is her country's greatest ambassador, advocating for recognition and progress. Her fame is a tool for her nation's struggle for a place on the world map. Edna's life teaches us that true leadership is about vision, courage, and action. She didn't wait for help, she became the solution. Her legacy lives in the children saved, the nurses trained, and the hope she's given a nation. Edna's story urges us all to ask, what can I do to make a difference? She proves that one determined heart can change the world.